Welcome to the VS Criminal Defense Attorneys podcast, providing an informative resource on criminal law with a specific focus on sex crimes. From protecting yourself from false accusations to understanding the exact boundaries of the law, being informed is always the best first line of defense. This podcast series is reviewed and approved by attorney Michelle Villanueva-Skora.
In this episode, we review how spousal rape cases can lead to severe penalties in the state of Arizona. Sexual assault cases can be complicated and are often determined based on how credible each party is. In some cases, the victim can say the assault was non-consensual, while the accused claims it was consensual. When you're in such a complicated situation, it is crucial to have a skilled sex crimes lawyer to help you build a case. In Arizona, rape is a serious charge with severe penalties. Until recently, spousal rape was considered a lesser charge, but today it is given the same gravity with the same penalties as all other rape charges. Let's begin by understanding spousal rape, definition, and legal recognition. Spousal rape, also known as marital rape, refers to the act of sexual intercourse or sexual penetration without the consent of one's spouse. It occurs when one spouse forces, coerces, or manipulates the other spouse into engaging in sexual activity against their will. Historically, spousal rape was not always recognized as a crime, as marriage was often seen as implying consent to sexual activity. However, societal attitudes have evolved, and laws have been updated to recognize that marriage does not grant one spouse ownership or control over the other's body. Now, let's talk about the legal consequences and penalties for spousal rape. Spousal rape is typically prosecuted and punished similarly to rape or sexual assault committed against someone who is not a spouse. Arizona's best sex crimes law firm can help you determine which penalties you may face based on your situation and what legal defenses may help. The penalties for rape include the following: prison sentence. Conviction for spousal rape can result in significant prison time. The length of the sentence varies depending on factors such as the severity of the assault, any aggravating circumstances, and the laws of the jurisdiction. Fines. In addition to imprisonment, the court may impose fines as part of the sentence. These fines can vary in amount depending on the jurisdiction and the specific laws in place. Probation. In some cases, instead of or in addition to prison time, the court will impose sex offender probation. Probation typically involves strict conditions such as regular check-ins with a probation officer, mandatory counseling, community service, no contact with minors, and computer usage limitations. Restraining orders. The court may issue restraining orders to protect the victim from further contact or harm by the perpetrator. Violating a restraining order can result in additional penalties. Restraining orders. The court may issue restraining orders to protect the victim from further contact or harm by the perpetrator. Violating a restraining order can result in additional penalties. Sex offender registration. The perpetrator may be required to register as a sex offender. Sex offender registration carries long-term consequences, including public notification, community residency restrictions, and ongoing reporting requirements. And counseling or treatment programs. As part of the sentence, the court may require the perpetrator to undergo counseling or treatment programs aimed at addressing issues such as anger management, substance abuse, or sexual behavior. Next, let's review some effective legal defenses for spousal rape accusations. When it comes to defenses, there are many options that a Gilbert sex crimes lawyer can use to protect your rights and reduce a charge for spousal rape. The defenses involve various strategies, depending on the specific facts and circumstances of the case. Some common defenses used in rape cases include the following: consent. The defendant claims that the sexual activity was consensual. Evidence such as text messages, emails, or witness testimonies indicating mutual agreement can be crucial in proving these defenses. Mistaken identity. The defendant argues that they were wrongly identified as the perpetrator. This defense relies on presenting DNA evidence, alibi witnesses, or surveillance footage proving the defendant was not at the crime scene. Alibi. The defendant maintains they were elsewhere when the alleged assault occurred. Providing credible evidence such as timestamps, receipts, or reliable witness testimonies can effectively support this defense. False accusation. The defendant contends that the accusation is false and may be motivated by revenge, jealousy, or other reasons. Demonstrating inconsistencies in the alleged victim's story, lack of physical evidence, or evidence of a motive to lie can be used to support this claim. Insufficient evidence. The defense argues that the prosecution has not met the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Highlighting gaps, inconsistencies, or weaknesses in the prosecution's evidence can significantly weaken their case. Lack of intent. The defendant asserts they did not have the intent to commit rape. Contextual evidence or explanations showing that any contact was consensual or that there was a misunderstanding can help mitigate the charges. Mental incapacity or insanity. The defendant claims they were not mentally capable of understanding their actions or distinguishing right from wrong at the time. Medical or psychiatric evaluations and expert testimony can substantiate this defense. And entrapment. The defendant argues they were induced or coerced into committing the act by law enforcement officers. Proving that the crime originated from law enforcement's actions and not the defendant's intentions can result in the charges being dropped. Remember, facing rape accusations from a spouse can be incredibly challenging, and it's crucial not to navigate this situation alone. We strongly encourage you to seek aggressive representation for spousal rape allegations in Arizona without delay. Facing a spousal rape charge in Arizona can be overwhelming and stressful. Our experienced sex crimes lawyers at VS Criminal Defense are here to provide expert legal help and support. We will work tirelessly to protect your rights, build a strong defense, and navigate the complexities of the legal system on your behalf. Contact us today to ensure you have the best possible representation during this challenging time. Call us at 480-923-9001 or visit us online at vsattorney.com.
Thank you for listening to the VS Criminal Defense Attorneys podcast. VS Criminal Defense Attorneys are focused on offering clients personalized service and aggressive representation. Our attorneys are passionate about individual rights, government accountability, and personal freedom. No matter what you are charged with, our criminal defense attorneys will be there to guide you. Call today to schedule your strategy session. It is time to fight back.